All right. Looks like we're live. The crew's got me online. Okay, good. Thanks, Dace. All right, we're just getting ready to have a warm up on our show. Okay. Let's do our introduction. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the MetsXMFanZone live podcast, home of your everything Mets. If you guys love our shows, you guys can always tweet, like, and subscribe, and to get more of your Mets news, live streams, and much, much more. Guys, don't always forget to hit like and smash that button. Also, we got a really great show for you guys today, so make sure that you stay tuned to the very end because we got a lot of we got our betting, we got the lineup cards that we're going to show, but we also got some products for you guys coming this 4th of July. A lot of our members have been asking and been requesting for it, so we finally do have it for our show today. So, if you guys stay to the very end of our segments, we will be showing on how to get these merchandising, how to get the latest of the 4th of July, all the 4th of July gear. So make sure that you guys stay to the very end of the broadcast so we could show those. Also, we're going to announce the winners for this month's raffle. If you guys want to get into our raffles each and every month, you have to be a member of our website, which is MetsXMFanZone.org. It's an exclusive website for live streamers. We provide MetLife games 24/7 full access. Not only that, but we give you the S&Y network, and by signing up and joining our membership, you're always each and every month get entered automatically into a raffle giveaway. And also, the way you enter also is by watching the shows and interacting with us on a daily basis. So that's also kind of like another way of really entering in. So if you guys are watching our show and if you guys are watching the show and trying to, stay updated with us, I'm glad that you guys are doing that because that will give you again, like a way to enter into the broadcast. All right, so let's go into today's matchup. Now, if you are first-time bettors, if you are bettors here, or if you don't bet, I'll give you guys my intake of today's game. I am a professional writer. I'm a ghostwriter for the New York Mets, ghostwriter for all the top writers in the sport, and I think a lot of our people that know me would basically know that. So, but if you don't, and if you're a first time viewer and you're watching, glad to see you guys in today's game. All right, so let's get into the lineup card. Again, if you guys would like to see today's game, we got the New York Mets versus the Chicago Cubs. This is the last game of the series. We are going to be going into the Yankee series, which is always 2 games, Subway Series. You guys can see that. You can see today's game. It will be on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. Again, we give you exclusive live Mets coverage every game. Every time on the website, you get the S&Y network and Met games, no matter where it is. If it's Apple Plus or whatever, it's always live on our website. So it keeps you updated all the time. And plus, you don't need a TV provider when you sign up for it. A lot of our members ask these questions. These are frequent questions that I get all the time. Do you need a TV provider? No. Do you need, is the coverage blocked or GEO restricted? No. Is it VPN secured? Yes. So all the streams that we always provide are VPN secured, so you don't have to worry about that coverage. So it keeps you secured when you go onto these websites. And plus, when we get people that try to get into and access it, you can't. So you don't have to worry about people trying to access your account, because they'll never will. And plus, if you get suspicious emails from us, that's another thing too, because we've been getting emails. Oh, well, you've been shooting us emails. We don't shoot people emails. So the only way we shoot people emails is when games go live, or when we have something special popping in. Other than that, we don't shoot emails. Because somebody asked me, what was it, yesterday? Versus some sort of donations. We never do that. So, just to keep everybody updated on that, we don't do suspicious emails. So, wanted to keep everybody in the loop on that one. So, we're going to go into the lineup. We're going to show you guys some of the newest products that we do have for the 4th of July. So, yeah, let's get into it. Also, if you guys are watching the show on multiple platforms, we are live on all major platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. We are live on all of them. So if you are watching it, let us know where you're watching it from. Pop it in the comments down below. Let us know in the world where you are from. I love people coming outside the United States. Those people are fucking awesome. I want to know where you guys are from. Put it in the comment section down below. So, because my producer tells me you should ask people where they're from, because we always see some really cool people coming from like Germany, and my favorite place is Barcelona. Love people in Barcelona. Love you guys. They love me for some reason. They're like, we love you, and I thought that was super cool. I would love to know where you guys are from. Put it in the comment section down below. All right, so let's get into today's game. We got the New York Mets versus the Chicago Cubs. Game to start live at 7:10. All the game coverage and today's live stream will be on our website. You guys can go to MetsXMFanZone.com for today's game, with no TV providers, no pop-ups, no advertisements, no geo restrictions, no blackouts ever. So, if you guys are not members, guys have to check it out today. So make sure that you guys do that in the links provided. All right, so we got on the mound for the New York Mets, Luis Severino, and for the Chicago Cubs, we got Javier Assad. Luis Severino is 4-2 with a 3.52 ERA with 51 strikeouts. I'm sorry, not 51, 61 strikeouts. Then Javier Assad, he's also 4-2 with a 2.75 ERA with 79 strikeouts. This is a very interesting matchup. And why I say this is very interesting is because these are two pretty decent pitchers. I like on how this whole lineup is actually reconstructed, going from the lineup to the pitchers, because we got a right-hander, two right-handers on the mound. Very rare do you kind of see two right-hander pitchers on the mound. Mets like to go with that lefty-righty platoon with pitching. And I think this is very interesting to have Assad on the mound against Luis Severino. Granted, we have a mixed lineup, but I think it's very interesting to say the least, because a lot of our players have seen this pitcher, and they're well over the 3.0 ERA mark. So I think it's very interesting to see the least that a lot of the players on the Mets club have really good hit rate against him. Now, on the other hand, going with Luis Severino, also seen a lot of hits coming from Severino on the left side of the plate. So With that being said, they have really good ERAs against Luis Severino too, but it kind of goes in platoon on how well Severino is going to pitch today. So, with that being said, what are we going to see in regards to these two matchups? Now, they have it projected to be at 5.5. Now, again, if you are first-time bettors, we are doing a promo code for the end of the month until the 29th. If you type in MetsXMFanZone 1, we are doing a $5 promotion, which is only for Met games only. So if you are a return customer on FanDuel and also on Fanatics, you guys can bet on today's game. It's a $5 bonus play. We always give it every time on our shows. So if you are a return bettor, you will also get a $5 free bet when you type in MetsXMFanZone 1 when you go on Fanatics and also on FanDuel. But how do I see this play? They got it projected. Both of these apps have it projected at 5.5 for Luis Severino. I'm sorry, not 5.5. They have it at 3.5. I'm going at 5.5. I think that Luis Severino, if he's on in today's game, you're going to see a lot of curveballs. I think you're also going to see a lot of the off-speed changeup. He likes to throw that, but he has a good arm when it comes to the fastball. So I want to play a little ticky-tacky here in today's game. I want to see him go with a little of the off-speed pitch and a little bit of the heater. I like when he goes a little high into the pitch count. I like when he does the 3 and 2 counts, because not many pitchers that go with the 3 and 2 count strike out a lot of guys very often. And I love the pitch sequencing that he does. In each and every start that he goes, he's doing the off-speed pitch. Then he's going with the slider. Then he's going with the fastball pitch. So I really like what I see in regards to the pitch sequencing. Do I think that Luis Severino could have it in today's game? I do believe so. I think he could very well execute some really good pitching here. And the velocity has been going up. So his ratio is going from a 2.5 to a 5.5. And that's kind of where Luis Severino wants to be. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him this year. Not every start has been perfect, but the last 2 starts, he has been really starting to find his way. And he's starting to find a way with that off-speed pitch and that slider. But, however, the fastball has been doing some really good execution here. So, where am I going to go with this? Going from a 3.5 to a 5.5. The experts want to say it's at 3.5. I'm not doing that. I'm going at 5.5. I'm going up. Changing the alternative spread to 5.5. Again, if he has some really good execution on good pitching in today's game and go with some really good pitch sequencing against certain batters like Bush, like Corey Bellinger, and also going with Morale, I think those guys are going to have some really good at-bats, but I don't see for Severino. I seen it for Severino. I think Severino is going to have some really good pitch sequencing coming from those batters. So, again, go from 3.5. I would go at the 5.5 here, and I think Severino is going to go with the win in today's game. Now, Edwin Diaz is scheduled to come in today's game, so we don't know exactly on if the Mets do win and they go above a good margin. You might not see Edwin Diaz. You probably might see Drew Smith again in tonight's game. But from what we are hearing, that Edwin Diaz is scheduled to go for today's game, if they go for the win or not. So we'll see what happens if something comes in between. But if the Mets are winning by a high margin, they might bring in Drew Smith, but they also might bring in the kids. So hopefully will get to see Edwin Diaz coming in today's matchup. So, again, if you're going to bet with Luis Severino, go with the alternative spread from 3.5 to 5.5. And now let's move over to Javier Assad. What are we going to see in today's game from out of him? Again, he's kind of like that same pitcher like Luis Severino is. So be careful on how you bet in today's game in regards to pitchers. If you're going to go with alternative spreads, he's another guy that's going at that 4.5. Don't get trapped with that bet. Go with the same bet. Stay at 4.5. I will go a little under. I think he might not have a big strikeout ratio in today's game. Go on the under at 4.5. I think the Mets are going to hit again today. They didn't do it yesterday, really much, but I do think that the hits and the runs are going to happen again for the Mets in today's matchup. I think Severino, again, he's good. He really is good this year, and I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Severino. So expect to see the Mets hit in today's game. Again, go with the under on the alternative spread for Assad from 4.5 and taking the alternative spread under the under. So let's go out of the pitching sequencing, and now let's go with the three top stars for today's game for both sides. Now, again, if you are betting or if you are just want to hear the lineup for today's game, we're going to do that now. So I'm going to start with the Cubs, and then I'll start with the Mets. So here is today's lineup. Game does start at 7:10, and if you would like to see today's game, it will be on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. We give you the most live, ultimate destination of your alternative free websites. Get away from the free websites. I think that it's a nuisance. I don't think a lot of people. Me personally, the add-ons and the pop-ups, they're annoying. I mean, coming onto our service, we give you live, high-definition live streams. We give you no advertisements, no TV providers, no pop-ups, no advertisements. And you can watch it at ease. You don't have to worry about with all that noise and smoke and mirrors. But, we give affordable planning to all of our members. And I think a lot of our members really enjoy it. We've been getting a lot of feedback on it. And we had a couple of, site downs because on how many people have been coming on. We had 2 crash servers because on how many people that were popping onto the streams. We got a total of 43,000 members. I think that's insane. I flabbergasted on it because I didn't think it would be so successful. It really has been. So I mean, if you guys are looking to find some really cool, affordable live streaming services, MetsXMFanZone is definitely the way to go with it. So anyway, let's get into today's lineup. Now, starting first for Chicago, we got batting first and leading off, and that's Narco Homer. Batting second, we got Michael Busch. Batting third, we got Corey Bellinger. Then we got batting fourth is Sion Suzuki. Very interesting name. Then we got Ian Happ, batting fifth. Batting sixth, we got Christopher Morel. I like him. I think he's a really good player. Batting seventh, we got Dempsey Swanson. I keep saying Swanson. And then batting eighth, we got Pete Crow Armstrong. Was in the minors for the New York Mets. He's actually a super nice guy, by the way. But he was with the Mets. He's now with Chicago. And then batting ninth, we got Miguel Aya. Super nice guy, too. I met him once before at Citi Field. Really nice guy. All right. Now, let's move on to the New York Mets. We got batting first and leading off, obviously, of course, the man himself, and that's Francisco Lindor, the leader of the Mets, by the way. Batting second, and the happiest guy in the planet, I'm going to go with Brandon Nimmo. And then we got Powerhouse. Really liking what I'm seeing so far with him on the Mets team this year. And that's batting third, JD Martinez. And then batting fourth, and that's the polar bear himself, and that's Pete Alonso. And then we got batting fifth, and that we call it Altuve, and that would be Francisco Alvarez. Batting fifth, strong arm, and that's DJ Stewart. Batting seventh, and we have a future A-Rod looking here, and that is Mark Vientos. Batting eighth and batting second, the squirrel himself, and we got Jeff McNeil. And then we got batting ninth, and we're calling him the flyer, and that's Harrison Bader. Now, what am I going to see for the Mets? Because, again, I always pick my top 3 stars, and I always like to bet on who's going to be good, who's going to be off, who's going to be the top 3 stars in today's game. My number 1 guy is going to be Harrison Bader. And why do I say Harrison Bader? Harrison Bader is such a finesse type of player. I like on how he plays offensively. Defensively, he's a really good core of a bat. And I think he's so valuable, you never really see him so much in the lineup. I think in today's game, if he has some really good execution at bats, I'm gonna go with a home run for him in today's game. If he sees the plate very well, I'm going to go with the home run. Then I would go with two RBIs for him and 0 walks. So if you're going to parlay it somehow, I would go 0 walks, 2 RBIs, and a home run for Harrison Bader. He has been hitting pretty good. I was looking at his stats before yesterday, and against right-handed pitching, not terrible. He's 20 of 31. I don't think that's really bad for Harrison Bader. And that was coming from the stretch before we had the 7-game winning streak. He was only 21 of those. And I think he's actually a really good hitter. I like what I see out of him. So give him home runs and some RBIs in today's matchup. Then I'm going to go with JD Martinez. He's going to be my number 2. He's going to be my number 2 guy. Well, actually, technically, he would be my number 1 guy. I skipped over. JD Martinez has been really doing well for the Mets. He not only has he been giving home runs, he's gotten 6 home runs in this stretch, in this 7-game winning streak that he had. Really impressive. Will we put him on the ballot for the Mets to go into the All-Star game? 110%. I think he's the most valuable player on this team. He has been looking really good so far. What am I going to see in today's matchup? I'm going to go with 4 RBIs with a home run. I do think he's going to get quite a couple of hits here, a couple of RBIs. Somebody asked me, would he go for a walk? I don't see him going for any walks in today's game. Maybe a hit by pitch somewhere because on how big of a threat he is at the plate. But I mean, I like on how he's very patient at the plate. He doesn't give up a lot of stupid hits or give up a lot of strikeouts. He's not that type of guy. We have seen him give up a lot of strikeouts, but he doesn't give them up too often. So I'm definitely going to go with 4 RBIs with a home run in this stretch. And then my number 2 guy, I put JD Martinez my number 1, but I had to go back to do my number 2 guy, and that would be Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo, again, has been lights out. I mean, he's doing really good right now there at the plate. In his last 7 games, he has been going 38 of 44. So, I mean, really good. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Brandon Nimmo. He's starting to really feel the plate discipline, not going out and swinging at stupid pitches. He's not going and swinging so far down into the dirt. He gets problems up in here in the strike zone. He likes to swing up here. We do know that Assad likes to throw it up here in the strike zone. So, I mean, it could be a threat for him. But if he gets it down more mid-chest level, say bye-bye. I think some home runs might happen there. But I'm definitely going to go with Brendan Nimmo for a home run in today's matchup. I would go with 3 RBIs. I definitely see quite a couple of hits going out of his repertoire. The walk ratio, I would go with 1.0. They have it projected to be at 2. Don't get trapped with that. Go with just 1. So that's kind of like my 3 I would go for the Mets side. Now let's go to the Chicago side. Now, if you are betting against the Mets, I suggest to go 50-50. Don't go full 100% because, again, the Mets will have some good execution at bats. But also, I think Chicago will have some too. So, who am I going to go as my number 3 guy? And that would be Michael Busch. I think Michael Busch would give me 1 stolen base. And then I would go with 2 RBIs. They got it projected for him to have 4. Don't get trapped with that. Go with 2. And then walks. He's very patient at the plate. So be careful on that. Also, too, they have it projected at 2 walks. I would go with 1. And he would be my number 3 guy. Now, my number 2 guy, Corey Bellinger. Corey Bellinger is always a threat for Mets. I just don't get him. He's always on. He's always getting on. If it's not a walk, it's a hit. If it's not a hit, it's a home run. Don't get trapped on this because they have it project him at like, I think it's like 2, 3, I'm sorry. It's at 4 RBIs. Don't get trapped on that. Go with 2 RBIs. Go with a home run because I do think that, if Severino loses it somehow, he'll probably give up a home run from Corey. Then I would go with the 1 home run, and then I would go with the 1 walk. So he would be my number 2 guy. Then my number 1 guy, I really like this guy. I hate to say it. I'm not a Chicago Cub fan. Obviously, I'm a big Met fan, and I like Corey. I like Christopher Morel. I like on how his plate discipline is. I like the way he goes up there at the plate. I like on how his presence is. I'm going to go 1 home run here, though. Go 1 home run. Go with 3 RBIs. I mean, he might give you some walks here and there. He might get on somehow. He has some really good level hitting. I like when you watch him, he hits so on point. And, he's such I think a really good plate discipline guy. And I think a lot of people should learn from him in regards to being on the plate, being a level swinger, just such a finesse type of hitter. I like everything I see out of him. He would be my number 1 guy in today's matchup. So I would go with 1 home run with 3 RBIs. So let's go with total runs. Now, if you are going to bet for total runs, I would go with 18. I would go with 18 runs total for the whole game. We're talking like for the Mets and for Chicago. I would go with a total of 18 runs. Go with a total of 18 hits. And then the total score for the Mets in point-wise, go with 12. Go for Chicago at 6. And I think the total for today's game would go 12-6. New York Mets win. And that's the lineup for today's game. So, before we end our live stream, we want to thank all of our members for watching. But we got some really cool merchandise for you guys today. Now, a lot of our members have asked for it. We are here to seal and deliver. Now, we are doing a raffle. So we are going to be announcing the winners for the 2024 New York Mets JD Martinez t-shirts. And that will be going to Christine X 2000. She won the JD Martinez t-shirts. And we will be shooting emails on the t-shirts. That is for our grand prize winner for today's live stream is our members. So obviously they will get that, and we will be shooting notifications on those. But if anybody wants to get our t-shirts, the JD Martinez t-shirts, we do have them on all of our shopping platforms. Amazon, Mercari, OfferUp, you name it, we have it on all of them. And you could also go to our shop on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org/shop, and you can purchase them on our shop. We do have from small all the way up to 2X. So if you're looking for a larger size, we do not have them. So let's go into our latest product. We are here to seal and deliver. And these are the 2024 New York Mets 4th of July t-shirts. These are the Pete Alonso shirts. These are in red. A lot of our members were asking for these. We do have them. These are the fronts, and these are the backs. The Pete Alonso shirts with the MLB tags. We do now officially have these on our shop. So if you are looking to get these, we do now officially have them on our shop. You guys can go to MetsXMFanZone.org/shop. They are now finally available on there. We do have them from small all the way up to 2X. And we have them on all major shopping platforms on Amazon, Mercari, OfferUp. These shirts they normally go for $35. We are now having them for the 4th of July at $20 for the 4th of July. I know a lot of people were asking for them because they've been going completely. We've been selling these shirts out. So we now finally have them in red. We have them in blue, red, and white. So red, white, obviously red, white, and blue now. So if you guys would like to get these New York Mets t-shirts, we got the Pete Alonsos. They are now on our official website, so you guys can go and check them out. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for watching here on our show today. If you guys would like to see today's Mets game, it is live on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. This is the last game of the Chicago series. Got Mets versus Chicago. Game just started 7:10, and we go all on to the Yankee series. Mets tomorrow have a day off, and then they're going to be going to the Bronx for a 2-game series against the New York Yankees. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Also, don't forget to check out MetsXMFanZone.org for today's Mets live game. We'll see you guys real soon. Be safe, be well, and how I always end it with you guys, let's go Mets.